As a Liverpool fan myself, I have the highest regard for Xabi Alonso. I think he's in the no doubt the Liverpool Hall of Fame, the Premier League Hall of Fame, whatever Hall of Fame in football or soccer as you want to call it, he deserves his place there. But will he find his way there as a manager as well? Let's check out a Xabi Alonso tactic. Now, this is a very bizarre one. There is no information on it except for what you see here in the tactics screen itself on the Steam page that I got this from. The only thing is a picture of Xabi Alonso in front of a cartoon chalkboard with a Leverkusen badge on his shirt. So take that for whatever you want to. But this is the tactic that we're playing today, a Xabi Alonso 3-4-2-1, starting with a sweeper keeper in support, 3 ball-playing defenders in defense, 2 wingbacks in attack. You've got a central midfielder in support, a central midfielder in defend, 2 shadow strikers in attack, and then a poacher up front. Now, I will show you the screen of the Steam page that I got this from. It says 3 defense. I don't speak Spanish, so it says 3 defensas con toque y buena salida de balón, 2 carrileros. I don't see the carrileros. I see central midfielders, so I don't know why they changed that. 2 centrocampistas, 1 defensive, 1 offensive. So again, I'm not seeing a lot of this. So I don't know why they wrote that. And then this is the tactic itself. However, this is what it is. So vertical tiki-taka is a custom attacking mentality. In possession, you have fairly wide, pass into space, overlap on the left and right, focus play down the left and right, and then play out of defense. Much shorter passing directness, slightly lower tempo, mix crosses, run at defense, and be more expressive. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute to center backs, and take short kicks. And then out of possession, high press line of engagement, higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and stop crosses. And as always, nada in the opposition instructions. So, if we look at the table though, this tactic did not do very well at all for any of the teams. I mean, Everton came from 16th to 10th, so I guess it worked for them, but there are definitely better tactics to use. Liverpool, instead of first or second, find their way in 6th. 17, 9, and 12 with 60 points, 26 points off the lead, and only 4 points away from that Chelsea spot in 8th. Everton finding again in 10th, 13, 8, and 17, 47 points, not the greatest. Aston Villa, however, completely relegated, only by 1 point, I will say, but still 9, 9, and 20 after 38 matches, 36 points, 2 points off of dead last. But overall, things are not looking all that great for this tactic. Let's start with bottom of the barrel, Aston Villa, drawing their first match away from home 1-1 against West Ham. A couple of recorded wins here and there, not great though. 3-0 over Crystal Palace, 1-0 over Everton, well there you go. Man City 1-0 at home, very nice win there. But then not another recorded win, I will skip the friendlies, all the way until January against Doncaster in the FA Cup third round replay. So, not the greatest. Crystal Palace again 2-1. Wigan in the fourth round replay. They got a lot of replays. FA Cup fifth round win against Newcastle on pens. Liverpool, though, losing out in the quarterfinals 1-3. Liverpool again, oh wow, a 1-0 win away from home. And then finishing out with a 5-2 win against Wolves, and then a 3-0 win away from home against Everton. So, I mean, it's still not great. I mean, they got some good wins. That is fantastic to see. But overall, you're still just relegated to the next league down. Not great at all. And as we look at Everton, starting out with a fantastic 3-0 win at home, and then 3 losses in a row before picking it back up against Leeds at home 2-0. Again, another 3 matches without a win. But look at this. After this 0-5 loss, though, away from home at Anfield against Liverpool, you have roughly, 10 games or thereabouts unbeaten. Fantastic result there. But then, unfortunately, Leicester 1-2 at home. Manchester United away from home 0-4. So overall, not great. But if we get, so Aston Villa 0-1 away from home. Liverpool, Anfield 0-5 still. Liverpool 5-1 at home. Ouch. That is a tough derby right there. And then Aston Villa finishing out the league, getting crushed at home. Uh, I mean, it's very spotty when you're putting them up against each other. Typically, I mean, we'll see how Liverpool does, but usually the top team crushes everyone. The middle team tends to do a little bit better than the lowest team when it comes to head against the other two. But this time, it is just all over the place. And as we can see, Liverpool, a lot more sea of green. FA Community Shield losing out again in penalties, 1-1 to Manchester City. But losing out the first league match, 0-1 against Manchester United, but then a sea of green to that yellow against Nottingham Forest. Arsenal loss, another sea of unbeaten. Napoli in the Champions League group stage, and they actually have a series here that's no wins whatsoever recorded until Newcastle. So, I mean, they got to the round of 16 against Juve, one away from home, crushed them at Anfield. And then just unfortunately a draw against Barcelona and a loss in penalties sees them out. And that's tough to see. But semifinal win against Brighton. There's that 0-1 against Aston Villa, that 1-5 loss against Everton. They win in the FA Cup final against Tottenham 3-2 though in regular time. Not too bad. So at least they got a trophy this season. But still, everything else is just awful. You could see 6th place, not great. Knocked out in the quarters by Barcelona. Didn't do that poorly, I guess, considering they just did so badly in the league. Winners of the FA Cup. Knocked out in the 3rd round by Tottenham in the Carabao Cup. Or FA Community Shield runners-up. Overall, still a trophy, but not great. I mean, Aston Villa, Friendly Cup, they got knocked out in the final. They got to a final at least. Knocked out in the quarters by Liverpool. 2nd round by Birmingham City. And then Everton, if we look at the competitions, you knocked out in the 4th round by Tottenham, knocked out in the 2nd round by Leicester, finishing in 10th. So I'll give you that. Premier League stats. There we go. Most goals, Manchester United with 89, Liverpool with only 61, Everton with only 57. Fewest shots, Liverpool. Most possession, there you go. Liverpool with 60%. That's probably the highest we've seen in a long time in probably almost any of these tactics that we've done. Most dribbles made, nobody. Fewest conceded, Liverpool with 44. Shutouts, nobody. Wow. Most tackles won, nobody. Best pass completion, Everton, Aston Villa, and Liverpool, 88 and 89%. Most shots for Man City. Liverpool get 529 to Manchester's 770. And then most points per game, 1.58. Not fantastic overall whatsoever. Salah, however, gets 29 goals. Dominic Calvert-Lewin with 24. Most assists, Christian Eriksen with 20. Nice. Firmino with 11. Trent Alexander with 10. Most player of the match awards, Haaland with 14. Firmino with 7. Dominic Calvert-Lewin with 6. Most key passes, Alexander-Arnold with 110. Most shots, Salah with 112. Dominic Calvert-Lewin with 110. Erling Haaland with 232. So overall, very, very average results. Let's stick with Aston Villa first. Their top scorer, Danny Ings with 14. Boubacar Kamara with 702 highest average rating. Buendia and Digne with 7 assists apiece. And then most player of the match awards, 5 for Emilio Buendia. If we go back to Everton, Dominic Calvert-Lewin with 24 goals. Very nice overall in all competitions. 7-4-1 for Calvert-Lewin. 8 assists for Nathan Patterson. And then most player of the match award, Dominic Calvert-Lewin with 6. So not too shabby for them. Mohamed Salah with 49 goals, still not bad. Darwin Núñez not in there that we've seen before, but 49 goals for Salah, not too bad of a season. Firmino with a 739 highest average rating. It's pretty good there. Most assists, there you go, 18 assists for Firmino. And then Firmino and Salah, 9 player of the match awards each. I kind of wonder, actually, you know what? I'm going to go to the squad quickly and see goals-wise in all competitions, 18 for Firmino. Darwin Núñez, 5 starting, 15 off the bench. Something must have happened there. And if we hit assists, you can see Firmino with 18, Alexander-Arnold with 15, but Robertson only with 7. 693 average rating for Robertson is not great. So, but overall, clearly this is not the greatest of tactics for these teams. I would love to see how other people have fared on it. There's 0 comments on the Steam page whatsoever. So this guy put it out there. It has been downloaded 641 times at least, with 1 favorite, 1,357 unique visitors. People are seeing the tactic, but I don't know if it's working. Clearly not here. So anyway, but that's going to do it for me, 7FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.